This is Smoking Out the Closet. Now, here are your hosts.
Hi, I'm Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Asmodeus. I use they, them pronouns.
Welcome back to another episode of Smoking Out the Closet. For those of you who are new or just joining us, we are a queer podcast that talks about the cannabis community, the LGBT community, and everything in between and beyond. So welcome. What?
I don't know. I'm just looking at you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm keeping that in. So recently, two companies in the state of Pennsylvania released Troches, Troches, Troches.
A fancy word. Can I say it? Can I say what it is?
Yeah, I guess.
It's just a fancy word for edible because the DOH I don't think likes that word.
Well, there is actually, and I just looked at it to get the definition again. It's an actual term.
Oh.
A small tablet or lozenge, usually in a circular shape, made of medicinal substance worked into a paste with sugar and mucilage or the like and dried.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware of that.
So
the more you know.
Technically, it is a lozenge. Because the mucilages they're using is specifically pectin.
Oh, okay.
Which is fruit based, mostly from like citrus and apples.
Mm-hmm. Use it a lot whenever you're canning, making jellies.
Yes. So Verano released their line of soft troches, and then Cresco also has released or is releasing a line. I want to say they released it, but I think it's only at their dispensaries.
I've only seen them at select ones here and there.
Yeah, but I think it's mostly they're at their bigger volume stores because one of my coworkers got a 2-to-1.
Yeah.
So I want to say it's just at Sunnyside, but don't quote me on that.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the Verano ones here right in front of us. Oh boy.
These, oh my goodness, that was a fun time last night. So we decided, it was nice out, we were going to take a troche and walk to Eaton Park. And just think as soon as we sat down at Eaton Park, mine hit me. But that was a really good salad bar.
It was. The problem is I got into that point again, and it's not the troche's fault, it's my fault. I got into the point where I ended up having too much sugar with an ingestible.
Because you had sweet tea.
I had 2 sweet teas.
And I was eating peaches that were canned and high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, and that second peach is what got me.
And you just had too much sugar.
Yeah. And it's fine. It's not a bad reaction. I honestly, I was talking with my pharmacist today about that. I think it's just probably because my head injury. I can't process too high levels of basically I can't process a lot of THC through an ingestible and sugar at the same time.
Yeah.
Because what it sounds like is I basically went into an overload and that gave me a panic attack. So now I know just if I'm going to have ingestibles, I got to ease up on the sugar.
Yeah.
So I probably should ease up on the sugar to begin with. But that's a different topic for another day. But I really like these. I give it a 4 out of 5, mostly just because. Well, it doesn't. I got the distillate one, which was really nice. It didn't taste super weedy. I felt like the watermelon flavor personally was a little weak. I would have liked it a little stronger, but that was my only issue with it.
And I have the mango RSO ones, and I just chewed mine up.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did with like the pressed tablets I got from New Jersey. These other troches.
Yeah,
words.
I think is how you pronounce it. Do you chew the boost drops?
No, you're not supposed to chew those. You're supposed to just swallow those.
Yeah.
Those, okay, can I, real quick. They say they act in like 30 minutes. Not for me. It takes me like 2 hours for those.
Really?
It's a little bit faster than RSO, but not by a whole lot. But in that same vein, these Troches from fucking Verano hit me within, what was that, like 45 minutes to an hour maybe?
Give or take, yeah.
We were walking, moving around, stuff like that. But they taste good. They do definitely have. They taste like RSO. They're as advertised. They're RSO based.
Yeah, yours
Soft
was.
lozenges. Yeah.
I think they have two right now. It's mango RSO infused, and then there's a Concord grape, I think, RSO infused.
Which those guys are an indica, and I want to try them.
Actually, there's another thing I did want to. This is mostly just like a food paste, like as a product to help you get medicated and everything. I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the sour one. Everything else is a sweet.
Yeah.
I got the sour one. Verano, put more citric acid on this. This was not fucking sour at all. Damn it.
I was expecting. They smelled kind of like the Jolly Ranchers, more Jolly Rancher than Sour Patch Kid watermelons. I was hoping for Sour Patch Kid watermelons, though I haven't tasted those, but
they kind of taste like a dulled version of both, to be honest. Like kind of in the middle, I would say. But it's not sour. And I was wanting sour. But I guess that would be too much like candy.
Yeah.
Though, too. And
they have to taste sort of medicinal.
Yeah, you gotta be. It's gotta pass the DOH somehow.
Yeah.
No, I will say I have had the bits.
Yeah, the mints from Verano.
Yeah, the mint. What the fuck are they? Hang on. Oh, while I'm getting that, the Cresco. Oh, hey, look, by Dr. Solomon.
Hey, Dr. Solomon. Not a sponsor.
Do you want to talk about the Cresco one a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, since you have them sitting here too.
Yeah, so I tried one today. That was that 2-to-1, which was like a blueberry lemonade.
Ooh.
It was really tasty. The one that I got, the Shine one, is tangerine and turmeric. Oh yeah, here, look. The mint. Holy crap, the freaking
label's horrible.
Worn off.
That was an ink printer, not a heat printer.
Yeah, it was. That just smudged all off. I have no idea what the levels are anymore. They're mentholized lozenges. They're not mint. They're mentholized lozenges.
Alrighty then.
That's a fucking mint.
That is a fucking mint. Those are bigger than I remember those being.
Really?
Yeah. I think I saw some of those press tablets and stuff from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I was always like, oh, our stuff isn't that good, blah, blah, blah. New Jersey stuff isn't that much to talk about. I feel like these guys, what we're getting now, it tastes good. They're effective. I'm kind of glad. When it started with the Boost tablets, I was like, okay, there's probably going to be more coming down the line here soon. And I feel like we waited enough to have things kind of like leveled out before we were like, here's things.
Did you rate your RSO Mango? Yeah.
No, I did not. What did I say? You have notes.
4 out of 5 as well.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5. They're very solid. They taste really good. They do definitely taste like RSO, which I like RSO, so I don't care. But they don't have a weird aftertaste, which is what I really like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these, I'm looking at you, the Susan's own, they're CBD gummies, but they have an odd aftertaste. Like, cannabis can get this weird aftertaste to it, I feel like, with RSO, or if you have a tincture or something.
I feel like the distillate one had a like weird, funky aftertaste.
Yeah, the RSO one didn't, surprisingly.
Interesting. Like, it wasn't super long, but you could definitely taste the weed.
Yeah.
The Troches here, what's really interesting about them is they're fucking Pez shaped.
They're both Troches. You're talking about the Cresco ones?
Yeah. Yeah. So the Verano ones
are
hexagons.
Octagons. How many sizes do they have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon.
Hexagon. Yes.
Hexagon.
They're hexagonal.
Yes. Like a stop sign.
Yeah.
No, that's octagonal, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes they're hexagons. They have 8 sides.
These have 6.
Okay.
So they're just like little, like kind of like, I mean, they're just a hexagon, but it's like almost like a bolt or like a nut goes on a bolt. the Wonder Wellness, which is owned by Cresco, Shine Troches, or they call them minis.
The Shine Minis.
Oh yeah. There are 40 sativa Troches, however you pronounce them. They're like fucking Pezzes.
They were talking about wanting to get the Pez dispenser type of thing, and I don't think the DOH would like that.
No,
they
would not approve that. But like, yeah, I'm comparing it to like the mint.
Russell
Rattle, make noise. But like, okay, so like the mint from Jersey, it's a fucking triangle, and it's like that cannabis warning thing, right?
That was also stamped into the top of the Verano ones. Did you see that?
Yeah. This one has 1 THC on the one side, and then it's got like a little shines, like sun logo on it.
Looks like an asterisk is what it looks like.
It looks like this Pez has a butthole. It has a butthole.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, like, they're not that big, honestly. They're about the same size in height, which is like a third of an inch, roughly.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. It's weird that we have these, and everyone's coming in and like, you guys sell gummies now? I'm like, no. The stuff's coming soon, but like, or at certain locations, but like, no, we're not selling gummies yet in this state.
Now we do have soft lozenges. However.
Yes, we do have soft lozenges. And everything right now that's going on politically is irritating with it when it comes to, especially with just not just LGBTQIA plus rights, but just human rights in general. We're just seeing a lot of it. Like, there are some states, I can't remember which one, that are basically linking trans bans with autism now, because there's a chunk of the trans community who is on the spectrum. And they're linking, oh, okay, it's just a mental health issue. And then they're also putting stuff to make it harder for autistic people to live. I think it's like maybe 1 or 2 bills, but that's how it fucking starts.
Jesus Christ.
So here is Erin, I don't know how you pronounce it. I do apologize. In the morning, she has a Substack, so I'm just reading the article. The Biden Department of Education has issued a new Title IX regulation permitting restrictions on transgender athletes, leaving many in the transgender community feeling betrayed. The new regulation details numerous ways schools can ban trans athletes while remaining compliant with Title IX, alarmingly echoing right-wing talking points about scholarships and risk of injury. These regulations specify methods schools may employ to determine a student's sex, including invasive physical examinations. Although the administration will likely try to spin it in a nuanced approach, it will likely only add fuel to the fire of schools trying to ban transgender people from sports. The new regulation emerged just hours after a substantial victory for transgender individuals on sports. Today, the Supreme Court delivered its first ruling of a wave of anti-trans legislation. West Virginia has also tried to ban transgender students from participating in sports, with a case currently being heard involving a young transgender girl in the state. Although a federal court has halted West Virginia's trans athlete ban, the Supreme Court listened to an appeal to temporarily reinstate the ban in a 7-2 decision. Justices Barrett, Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch sided with the liberal judges, rejecting the appeal and marking a big moment for transgender rights. I'm just going to skip some part. Okay, so although the policy document itself is 115 pages long, the actual rule spans just a single paragraph. Here is the proposed new rule. Proposed regulation. The department proposes, I don't know what that symbol is, 106.41b, a standard that would govern a recipient's adoption or application of sex-related criteria that would limit or deny a student's eligibility to participate on a male or female team consistent with their gender identity. Specifically, the department proposes renumbering current 106.41B as proposed 106.41B1, adding a new paragraph proposed as 106.41B2 to state that such criteria a recipient adopts or applies for each sport, level of competition, grade, or educational level must be substantially related to the achievement of an important educational objective and minimizes harm to students whose opportunity to participate on a male-female team consistent with their gender identity would be limited or denied. Specifically, the rule does not categorically ban schools and states from enacting sports bans. In fact, the new rule allows bans if they are substantially related to the achievement of an important educational objective and minimizes harms to student athletes who are denied or banned from sport. While it does not allow for blanket bans, it still allows bans for particular sports, grade levels, and more. It's just.
Also, these are high schoolers.
Yes.
These are minors.
That's the one thing we don't fucking talk about enough. They're fucking kids. You're doing all this shit, and most of the time for kids, either in high school or at most college. That's the highest one that it could be for, school-based athletics, right? It's fucking college.
Why does it matter?
It's control. That's all it is. They're trying to create control and use the trans community as this current boogeyman because we can't use race. We tried that.
It was wrong on so many levels.
It is fucking bullshit. And it is a stab in the back from the Biden administration.
Absolutely.
It is fucking a stab in the back. When he had his first State of the Union address and said the transgender Americans, I see you and I'm here for you and this presidency has your back, and then they do this shit?
Yeah.
That is fucking bullshit. We have a little bit before our break. Do you want to go into the next topic?
Do you have a short one?
Not really.
Okay.
We can have an early break. Is there anything you want to add to the whole Biden thing?
I'm at a loss for words.
I am too, because I was talking about this at work today, and it's just really dumb that they're trying to do this for like 2 or 3 at most student athletes in each fucking sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the amount of trans athletes there are, you could probably count them on your hands and toes. Like, that's probably how many there are. And it's ridiculous. Like, why are we trying to make these things to cover a blanket and make it harder for cis kids to participate in sports too?
Mm-hmm.
Because of like a small handful of trans people in sports. It's like that one trans mask wrestler who in Texas had to get stuck wrestling on the women's division,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone knew, was like, see these trans kids, see, he's just saying he's a guy or he's a girl because he wants to compete in the women's team and win. Like, you do realize that's a trans man that got stuck wrestling in the women's division. It's fucking bullshit. In fact, actually, there is something I kind of want to add to this. It's a little bit more niche, more broad, I would say, than just Biden administration. Transphobia and homophobia has no fucking place in the cannabis community.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that right now because this stemmed from Twitter today for me.
I got the notifications on my phone. I didn't even look at any of them. I saw you were arguing with somebody on Twitter.
Yeah, I just muted them after a certain point because I'm like, wow, this is really just going in circles.
As it usually does with them.
Yeah. It was after like 4 or 5 messages, I think, or like tweet backs. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Whatever, But the original thing came from this Lynn Mack, who is a cannabis business broker for Atomic Buds California board member. So Atomic Buds, if you're listening to this, just know you have like a dick on your board, and I don't think you really. I mean, hopefully you don't want this person representing your company, but this is what your company is about. Spreading lies about the trans community. Maybe you shouldn't be in the cannabis community, especially one in California, where there was a major trans woman helping hand out cannabis for medicine back during the Proposition P era. Like,
Shame.
really?
Shameful.
So it all spurred from basically this one person was getting really mad at Jack Daniels for going woke because they had a LGBT advertisement like 2 years ago for Pride, and he just found it. So she goes, "Take that, Jack Daniels, down the drain and up the smoke. Hashtag boycott Jack Daniels." And I said, "Hey," and I said, "Hey, you do realize that like a lot of the cannabis legislation and movement came from the LGBTQI plus community, and a prominent figure of medical cannabis, like I said just a second ago, was a trans woman."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh," first she says, "I'm fine." I'm like, "What? I don't care." And sit on the board of an LGB dispensary.
Oh.
LGB dispensary. Like the fuck. We had the first company to support LGB hospice in WeHo, West Hollywood.
Mm.
What I am not okay with is these radical crazies who crave attention and believe the world owes them hormone issue, Adderall, Wellbutrin, and so much more, causing concerns. Right?
Why do you have an issue with people getting medication and people getting help?
Yeah.
People being fucking you literally just said I have a problem with people being happy. What is your issue?
Exactly. And here's my thing too. Hormone issues aren't just a trans thing.
No.
There are people who have thyroid issues or a hormone imbalance, say to like a disease. They're just born that way. People born intersex, not lumping those last two together. Something just a genetic, issue that they can, maybe cancer, and they need to have hormones. I mean, we know people with thyroid issues that need to take hormone therapy. Hell, postmenopausal women need to take hormone therapy while they're going through menopause.
Yeah,
or I shouldn't say postmenopausal women, but postmenopausal women have taken hormone therapy. So why the hell are you against that? Actually, judging from how she looks in that picture, she looks like she's gone through menopause. Or is that the age to go through menopause?
So, by that logic, when you go to your doctor and say, "Hey, I'm having hot flashes and night sweats and I pee all the time," they're going to be like, "Here's some estrogen."
Hell, fucking birth control.
Progesterone only birth control. That, that's a form of hormone therapy and birth control. Hello?
That's the thing is, I think a lot of people don't like it when trans people have access to it. It's only okay for the cis people to have it. Like purity blockers. It's only okay if like a trans or a cis kid does it. Make it make sense.
It's not about it's not about the healthcare though. That's not what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, just like, and I'm gonna draw this parallel because history repeating itself. With Hitler, it was never about the Jews. With it was separation. It was never about the water fountains.
Yeah. It's about control and putting people down.
It's about control, and it's about shiftment, like movement of power, and trying to control people.
Exactly what it is. We are at that time for the break, though.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to add before we head out?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll be back after a brief break. And we are back. How you feeling?
I'm alright.
Do you want to talk about what happened on the break? You talked about a little bit about the Susan Zone, but since you just took another one.
Oh God, yeah. So we were talking about the Susan Zone, and I was looking at the the Pina Colada CBD gummies. And I was like, you know what? I might as well eat them because I'm the only one who can. Because Rayven, we just talked about her sugar thing, and that aftertaste, just I don't understand. I think it's the distillate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. It's like the way that they distill their CBD, however they derive it. I think that's what that's from. That's how like some people say, like they taste like CO2 carts. Just taste like CO2. It's just I think that's what it's from.
Interesting.
Because the RSO doesn't do that.
I mean, you might not like the Verano ones I have.
They have that weird aftertaste.
I don't know. It's a distillate one though.
Well, I'll try them. I'm always willing to try stuff.
True. Do you want to talk about how Kentucky's opening up a cannabis bar?
Yeah, so I saw this when I was like looking through the news stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this is neat." And I was looking and reading, and like got halfway through the article, and it's a CBD bar, and they are compliant with all of the local rules, regulations, and everything. But it is a CBD and cannabinoid infused. You can get infused food and products there, but it's still pretty cool because you can like go in there with your friends and like have infused things and like have a date, make a day of it,
Yeah, it's set in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they're doing a soft open on 420.
Hey.
We unfortunately both work 420.
Yeah, because we're bud tenders. That's a blackout holiday for us.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So
I mean, we usually get pizza.
True.
It's usually a big party, is what they try to make it think of it as. Even though we're still medical. You go get your medicine. You get discounts.
Well, yeah. Kentucky isn't medical yet, but that's supposed to be going into effect in 2025, apparently.
Yeah, there was a little thing they tacked onto the end of that article, which was cool to learn about.
Yeah, so the cannabis bar is hemp-derived only.
Yeah.
At the moment.
See, I am iffy sometimes with hemp-derived CBD, and I think Susan Zone's hemp-derived. That I'm fine with. I've had, like, vape juice that was hemp-derived before.
Yeah.
And that didn't... It made my heart racy.
Well, we had those gummies that we got for free at the Pittsburgh Cannabis Festival. Those were hemp-derived as well.
Were they?
Yeah.
Which ones are you talking about?
The cubes where we were joking around, like, leave it to a cannabis festival, the only place, someone hands you.
Oh, those were Delta 9.
Those were Delta 8.
Those were Delta 8. Those were diet weed.
Yeah, but that's hemp derived.
Yeah. That still made my chest fluttery, tingly, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
So I think I just have a problem with hemp derived cannabis.
But here's the thing, a lot of it is like hemp derived is usually, it can even be like weed, and it's just under 0.3% THC and THCA.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where is that where you draw your line? What's hemp and what's not hemp?
Is it the way it's grown? Maybe
I think
the
so.
Conditions under which it's grown might affect.
And I think they're technically cousin plants. Like the first name is the same, but the last name is different. Like how you have Homo sapien and like Neanderthal was Homo
erectus.
Or no, Homo erectus was way older.
Homo erectus, yeah, was really bad.
But yeah, kind of like that.
In there, yes.
Yeah, so like it's cannabis something is what weed is, and then it's cannabis something else, which is hemp.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong. Whoever grows hemp or whatever that listens to us, or someone from like the Blazy Susan or the Hemp Co., let us know.
And please inform us. We love to learn stuff.
That actually might be on next week's episode.
Talk a little bit more about hemp.
Hemp versus cannabis.
Yeah.
We never did an episode about that, have we yet?
I don't think we have,
and
no.
Over a year.
And now I'm thinking about that hemp flower that I had before I got my card a while ago. Wow. Corner store. No, I'm saving that story. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, save it for next week.
That's as much of a spoiler as you get.
Do you want to change topics?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing you had me write down was Maryland lawmakers approve rules for a legal cannabis market.
Yeah, so this is coming into effect rather quickly. because Kentucky's taken until 2025, but July
1st.
July 1st.
It was funny because we were talking about this at work today. We were like, did Maryland go like right yet or what?
Yeah,
like we were like, what happened?
When you and I when we all went to Ohio too, we were like, I think there we were talking like, did Maryland go? Because it was one of those, it's Mandela effect. Oh, we already thought Maryland was wrecked anyway.
Oh yeah, because like it passed a while ago.
Yeah,
but I haven't heard
waiting
much
on the date.
Yeah, we haven't heard much updates from that, and I think they were dragging their feet trying to like get everything squared away.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be fun. That's another little road trip we all can take and go to Maryland.
Yeah, fucking go to Ocean City.
Oh, go get some crab.
Go like fucking every Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania fucking ever during the summer. We're taking a trip to Ocean City.
Oh, yay, let's go.
Ocean City.
I haven't been to Ocean City in a really long time.
Nag's Head's better.
Listen, there's a crab shack down there. You used to get all you could eat crab, and it was like $70 a person. But I literally sat there for 4 hours one day eating crab legs, and then they stopped at the legs, and now it's only those little blue fucking crabs.
Oh, the Chesapeake Bay crabs.
I don't like cracking them.
No, they suck.
But no, I want to go down there. Oh, don't smoke on the boardwalk. They'll fucking yell at you.
Oh,
I hit my vape on the boardwalk and I got screamed at by some jag off on a fucking bicycle. But yeah, we can go down there.
Okay.
That'd be cool. There's the Ocean One Hotel, and then there's really good fucking deep fried Oreos. If you sit on your porch, you can smell them and watch them fry them.
I like some deep fried Oreos. Okay, so
you literally step out the hotel and you're on the beach.
Okay, so real talk, as someone who grew up in Virginia, like a stone throw from Virginia Beach, I never went to Ocean City, Maryland. I didn't go to Virginia Beach much either. Like, I didn't really go swimming down there. If we went swimming, we went down to Nag's Head, North Carolina. Because that's got better beaches, better oceanfront, and you know what? It's got better fishing.
Well, you know the way our schedules work. We both work 4 days. We can both line up 6 days in a row of having off, 3 at the end of 1 week and 3 at the beginning of the next, and we just have to work a decent chunk of
days before and
after. But I mean, hey, we get to go to the beach and still have not be disrupted pay.
Could honestly, yeah.
That'd be so fun.
We could totally do that.
Totally, we should do that because it's cheap and that's like within our budget.
Yeah,
definitely. Or if we want to save up for a little bit, make it a little bit longer.
Yeah. You know, so take a day trip during one of those days and visit, like, family down in Virginia. Or at least I can show you around my stomping grounds.
Oh my god, we need to go to Busch Gardens. Oh, you can't ride the roller coasters!
No.
God damn it.
I can't. Thanks to my head injury.
I had to ride coasters with you at Busch Gardens.
Well, we'll see. Maybe it was just that one. Maybe it was just that day with the heat and everything, you know.
It was hot that day. I feel like it's always hot at amusement parks just because it's all fucking asphalt.
Yep.
Busch Gardens, though, it's never. Busch Gardens, the hottest it was, I think it was maybe 90 or something that day I was there, but it didn't feel any hotter than like 60 because everything's shaded.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees.
It's nice. God, that park is fucking huge.
We should also, if we're doing Busch Gardens, can we do the Busch Gardens Water Country double pack?
Yes.
So we can go to Water Country so I can swim in that wave pool one last time.
But you can still go to all the shows and shit. I keep forgetting Busch Gardens has shit other than just like roller coasters and stuff. You can go to all those shows. We can see we can watch the Beatles show.
That Biddle show was new.
Yeah.
That wasn't. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there when I lived there.
I don't know if they still do it. As of 2015, that's when I graduated and we went.
Yeah, and I moved up to PA in 2010. I will say, if Roman Rapids is still there, we should definitely ride Roman Rapids, and you have to sit next to me.
Okay.
Because as a kid growing up, every time whoever sat on my left got dunked with that waterfall, but I don't think that waterfall's there anymore.
They had to not do waterfalls a lot and things like that because people are drowning. Yeah. So, not to be dark, but that's just why you don't have water roller coasters anymore.
Yeah, true. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, we didn't finish the Maryland thing. We totally got sidetracked.
Yeah.
So you have to be 21 or older for Maryland.
It's so off topic. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. I did too.
Yeah, 21 or older for Maryland.
Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. They're supposed to prioritize medical users. So if like a product is very low or would be better for medical patients, they got to keep that back for medical patients.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to have like, we talked about this at work actually, trying to brainstorm ideas of how we would do it and like make suggestions for the company. I think the way, if you're going to have a medical and a rec program at the same time, you have a line for medical only patients come through, and they're the only ones allowed to go in that queue.
That's how they did it in New Jersey when I went in. Because New Jersey has a medical and a recreational side by side in that dispensary I went into. And there was a medical only line, and I was waiting in the rec line, and those medical patients were in and out super fast.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be set up very similar.
Yeah, it was efficient.
They haven't stated how close exactly in actual distance, but they're supposed to be up to a certain distance away from schools, playgrounds, and other dispensaries.
Which I found interesting because Pennsylvania does this with liquor stores.
Yes, they do.
And adult stores.
And smoke stores.
They have to be a certain distance away from schools and playgrounds and other things.
Mm-hmm. Like any cigar bars are supposed to be a certain distance from any K through 12 schools specifically.
Yeah.
Colleges, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no. Adult stores like to post up by colleges. Case in point, Moon Township. That adult store is the one that all of those RMU kids go to.
Oh yeah, it's just down the road a little bit. But I noticed one thing they didn't say in that article you were reading. They didn't say places of worship.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, all of that also includes churches in that list for some reason.
That's because Pennsylvania is a commonwealth that was founded by Quakers.
It's true.
That's why. Maryland probably doesn't give a shit.
Probably not. And 9% tax is added to adult use products.
Yeah.
Which honestly, that's not bad.
I wonder if they're going to do what other states do in the medical.
Where that's tax exempt,
yes.
or tax free because
Yeah.
you're a medical patient. I would hope so. I keep telling my patients, especially ones that I know are going to have like long-term conditions and stuff. I'm like, look, honestly, as much of a pain in the ass it is, I would keep your medical card.
Absolutely.
Because what you're going to save on taxes, no matter how much they're going to add on taxes to the rec side once Pennsylvania gets it, it's going to be more what you're going to pay in like maybe a round of products.
Something else that I have heard, I have not tried it. It is tax season for those of you filing your taxes. I don't know if any of you are those crazy receipt hoarders, but I've heard that if you take all of your receipts from your medical marijuana purchases, you can try to claim them on your taxes.
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't buy enough at face value. I get employee product.
Yeah.
I don't keep track of mine. It wouldn't be worth it.
Well, when you do taxes, even if you're doing like the IRS one, they give you like, oh, here's your average deductible and everything. And because I didn't end up going to the AR as much this year, it was the standard $26,000 I went with. That was better.
Also, congratulations. I don't think I took you to the ER all last year.
Oh yeah, the year before, but like last year's taxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't gone to the ER once since.
I threatened to take you once or twice.
Yeah, and I told you fuck off.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, fine. Here's water."
Should we kind of explain that to the audience?
Yeah, Rayven has chronic migraines, and they are kind of scary, and she throws up a lot, and she gets dehydrated, and I worry about her, so I take her to the emergency room. They have been getting better. That's good. We still need to get those checked out, but that is why when we joke about her going to the emergency room and like having a punch card for the emergency room, Mount Any, that's why, is because she had a lot of migraines there for a little bit, because stress, I feel like, was a factor for it too, for you.
Probably, yeah. And plus, like, my head injury, like, a traumatic brain injury is not fun. y'all, I will tell you that first and foremost, it fucks up with a lot of shit. And I think that's why I can't process, like I said earlier, like sugar and THC at the same time in high levels. But I mean, I still have like moments where like my brain just stops and I'm just disassociating for a second and then snap back in. Like I'm like, Patrick, would that be with or without cheese? Oh, like drool coming down the mouth, but it's like not even like a minute. It's like 10 seconds at the most. But it feels like forever for me. And it's not fun. Weed helps sometimes because like the negative effects of like the chronic headaches and everything. Weed does help, honestly. But those migraines, man, they suck.
Yeah, and then you have to be careful of your artificial sweetener allergy because that triggers your migraines.
Triggers migraines. Strong smells trigger migraines. Like Febreze scented bags for some reason will trigger a migraine.
They're
for
fucking
me.
disgusting. I think we've come down to it's the artificialness of it all, the artificial like fake whatever they use to carry that ooey perfumey junk.
Like it's the aerosol or accelerant or whatever the fuck that they use.
Yeah, and it's not like lavender. It's it's 700 chemicals that make it smell like lavender.
Yeah,
because you're okay with like essential oils or stuff that smells kind of similar to things as long as it's not too strong.
Yeah, true. But yeah, weed helps with that. Also, rubbing THC infused lotions on your temples really helps with headaches.
Oh god, those are the best. Also give you if you have some like not congestion but sinus pressure going on because your sinuses are swollen or inflamed. Take some of that. Be careful though. Some of those do have some like orange essential oil that does not go around your eyeballs. So read your package before you go and start rubbing stuff on your face, and be careful with mint things as well.
I think the Dr. Solomon's ones doesn't. I think that's eucalyptus.
Standard Farms says eucalyptus. You also have to be careful with that around your eyes. It'll help you open your nasal passages up. Standard Farms topical has eucalyptus. I know that Cresco's has peppermint.
Organic Remedies has a eucalyptus one. That's not all it is, though.
Yeah, I have their unscented one. Some of these are also really therapeutic in that other secondary way is with their aromatherapy attributes.
It said peel here. I was hoping there would be more information if I peeled here.
What's happening when you peel here?
It's only peeling a little. I don't think it's breaking the other one. I think it's like one of those like hid behind ones.
Oh.
I don't think Dr. Solomon's has anything in it though. I think it's just lotion and weed.
The Rescue has some orange in it.
But yeah, make sure you don't put this around your freaking eyes. That would be bad. Just don't put lotion around your eyes.
Unless it's unscented facial lotion.
Yes, obviously. Like Lubriderm?
Palms. Lubriderm, I think, is also face safe.
Yeah, I know it's unscented because that's what I use for tattoos.
Jergens baby lotion is safe stuff for around your face.
That's for like sensitive baby skin.
Yeah, there's stuff in the face section for your face.
Yeah, you're right.
That stuff goes on your face.
I had a thing I wanted to add, and I can't remember what it is. Thanks, brain. Oh yeah. Memory issues. I wanted to bring that up with my head injury and stuff because it reminded me while we were talking about that. My old boss, used to make fun of me and said, like, come on, you don't have memory issues. It's like, is it the weed, Raven? No, it's the head injury. Are you sure it's not the weed? You sure it's not the pot? I'm like, well, yes, weed can give you some memory issues. Usually it's memory during the fact while you're, when you're very highly elevated with the high and everything, you might have some lapse in short term then. And there might, we're not 100% sure yet because, not enough big studies. We might have some cognitive issues with frequent use, but a lot of people who use cannabis and have memory issues also have either traumatic head injuries, mental health issues,
which cause
memory issues. So
I have depression brain.
Yeah.
And ADHD brain. So I have memory issues. And I also smoke the pots.
PTSD.
I mean, I probably do too. It's just not.
Yeah.
Sure shit sounds like it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck.
It might be a Psyduck. If it walks like a duck and asks for grapes at the lemonade stand,
yeah,
it might be a duck.
It might be a duck.
I wonder if Kira is Gen Alpha?
Yes.
She doesn't get that bit.
No. She's a very young child.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can real quick. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
That I feel like I'm at the age where I'm like, oh my god, you're such a baby. Like there are patients who come in and I'm just like, okay, now I understand why I don't get carded anymore. Because like I was like, you're like 20, and you look like you're like 20. You are a child, and it's weird that my brain is recognizing other things that are younger. Because like when I worked at a fucking convenience store, I had no goddamn idea. I carded everybody. I didn't give a shit. I wasn't losing my job. I didn't know how old you fucking were.
Yeah.
Like,
I always loved what my dad used to do. Whenever someone goes like, "You have ID," and he just takes his hat off, and you just see how balding he is, and he puts it back down. And usually that would be like, okay. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Chirpy.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
Oh, can we talk about have we talked about the 3D printed ashtray?
I think.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it has the bowl thing in the middle.
Yeah, I really like that.
It's so nice. It's been a little too windy to use it recently.
Oh my gosh, yes, fucking PA.
Oh god, these storms. Did we talk about our power being out the other day?
I don't think so.
It was out for 4 or 5 fucking hours.
Yeah, that was not fun.
That was the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
That the power went out. And I'm like, we better have fucking power on my birthday. Ooh, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, same. I would have been too, because we would have thrown everything in our fridge out. I was so mad about that.
We were just at the point where everything was okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was
also
close.
we also didn't open it.
True.
But the whole apartment didn't go out. When the power goes out here, the whole apartment does not go out.
It did at first.
It did at first.
It was at first.
Was out.
Yeah. So the game room and our bedroom seemed to be on either a different circuit or a different power source for one of the transformers. But when I came home, originally, it was totally out. Like every switch.
That fucking hallway. We joke about it being the Shining hallway.
Come play with us, Johnny.
But it in the dark. Oh yeah, in the dark that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. And then whenever I was walking down the hall with Mia when the power was out, somebody was decided to watch a horror movie or something, and you could hear it through the door, and it was dark in the hallway, and we're just like, "Yep, nope, we're just gonna keep walking." No.
Oh yeah, because that was the same night you guys went to
Mixtape.
Yeah, Mixtape. Yeah, I would say that's not the club, and I was like, yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
because the power went on. I checked everything, and I went right to bed.
The club never lost power. They were partying all night. It was such a cool venue. Pinball machines. I wish I would have had quarters.
Yeah.
I played pinball. There was it Wayne's World? I think it was a Wayne's World pinball machine.
Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent.
Well, that excellent you did kind of reminded me of
Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Rock on. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. God, young Michael Myers. The actor, not the serial killer.
I always think about the serial killer. Oh, there was a truck in the parking lot of the mall the other day that had a Michael Myers sticker on it. When I was walking over to meet you at work.
Can we talk about like just how great of a location we currently live in?
Oh my god, you can walk to everything.
I can walk to my store. I can walk to the mall. I can walk to an Eden Park, a Sheetz, a Get Go,
a Golden Corral,
a Subway, an Auntie Anne's, a Cinnabon,
Domino's,
a Jersey Mike's, a Taco Bell, an Arby's, a McDonald's, a Wendy's.
You can walk to literally everything from here. We have everything out
here. A KFC.
Yeah.
That's attached to the Taco Bell. Heck, I could technically walk the Giant Eagle if I wanted to.
That's a trek.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I can walk to the cemetery if I wanted to.
We can walk to Rita's.
Yeah.
We can walk to a Dairy Queen. We can walk to a movie theater.
Yeah.
Me and Mia did that one day.
Adorable.
Went to see the Bob's Burgers movie.
I love living out here.
I do too. I'm not a huge fan of the apartment building we're in. I would like to move into a house. Yeah. So we can, have like a little studio. We can put up like the sound stuff. We can actually make the room fit the recording area. Yeah. Put a couch in there so we're actually comfortable.
Yeah.
I think we're at that point.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like we are.
Yeah.
Well, once again, my name's Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Asmodeus. I use they, them pronouns.
And this has been another episode of
Smoking Out the Closet.
You want to get high?